U.S. President Donald Trump intensified his trade war with Canada a day ahead of his August 1st deadline for a tariff agreement. In a Truth Social post late on Wednesday, Trump expressed surprise over Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney announcing that Canada plans to recognize the State of Palestine at the UN in September, and said, quote, "That will make it very hard for us to make a trade deal with them." Carney's announcement on Wednesday followed similar ones by France and Britain, aiming to put more pressure on Israel to end the war in Gaza.
Preserving a two-state solution means standing with all people who choose peace over violence or terrorism.
Carney also said tariff negotiations with the U.S. had been constructive, but the talks may not conclude by the deadline.
These are complex, they're comprehensive, they're constructive negotiations with the Americans are ongoing.
If a deal is not reached between the U.S. and Canada, Trump is set to impose a 35% tariff on all Canadian goods not covered by the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. Canada is the second largest U.S. trading partner after Mexico and the largest buyer of U.S. exports. According to U.S. Census Bureau data, Canada bought close to $350 billion of U.S. goods last year and exported more than $400 billion to its southern neighbor.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Levin, and I proudly own and operate Puppy Levin. Puppy Levin is a pet care salon dedicated to caring for your furry companions. We provide certified dog grooming services along with boarding and doggy daycare. Our facility is family-owned and operated and promise personalized care for every pet that comes through our doors. If you're worried about your furry friend being lonely when you're gone, we also have on-site personnel 24/7 just for their comfort. Follow us on Facebook and call or text us at 814-758-9259 to make an appointment today.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville.
Thinking about switching to 5G home internet? Think again. Unlike Zoom from Armstrong, 5G home internet is delivered by a cell tower. The further away you are, or the more devices connected to that tower, the slower your internet is. Cell phone providers also play favorites. When their network gets busy, cell phones win, and your home internet pays the price. Stick with Armstrong to get more data, more speed, and internet whenever you need it, not whenever they want. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
Sheer Design is Titusville's exclusive Paul Mitchell-focused salon. This full-service salon specializes in coloring, cuts, nails, and tanning. Owner Angela Saxon has over 20 years' experience as a Paul Mitchell professional. She and her licensed staff offer all cuts and styles for men and women of all ages. Call 814-827-0010 or stop in at 116 South Kerr Street in Titusville.
J. Gill Plumbing and Heating takes pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. With over 30 years of experience, our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. Our team is dedicated to making your home the ultimate place of comfort. Call today to get a free estimate. We also offer financing options and membership opportunities that provide peace of mind and cost savings. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online 24/7 at jgillplumbingheating.com.
If you're looking for a professional massage therapist, Tranquil Moments Massage in Titusville is here for you. Ray and Rauch graduated from Slippery Rock University with a bachelor's degree in exercise and rehabilitative sciences with an emphasis in athletic training. Tranquil Moments offers a wide range of services from Swedish massage to deep tissue, sugar scrubs to hot towel inclusion therapy. Like them on Facebook and visit their website to learn more about all the services they offer. Tranquil Moments Massage in Titusville.
Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733.
U.S. stocks closed lower on Thursday, with the Dow dropping about 0.75%, the S&P 500 falling more than 1/3%, and the Nasdaq finishing essentially flat but in the red. Blockbuster earnings results from Meta Platforms and Microsoft had initially lifted Wall Street, but early gains faded following the latest U.S. economic data. A report from the Commerce Department showed inflation picked up in June, with new tariffs pushing prices higher and stoking expectations that prices could climb further in the coming months. Robert Conzo, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director at the Wealth Alliance, said investors have a lot of data to digest this week.
This is a unique week. You had GDP that just came out. It was annualized at 3%. In the first quarter was -5%. Both those numbers are skewed. PCE just came out, saw it tick up a little, year-to-date flat. Very interesting to understand what the Fed's going to do as a result of that. And then let's not forget jobs on Friday. Big number. ADP jobs, by the way, just came out this week. And we're expecting 74,000. It came out at 104. That was a big surprise to the upside. That is an interesting number. Let's see how that plays out on the jobs number on Friday.
After the closing bell, shares of Amazon fell in extended trading after the company forecast third quarter sales that beat estimates but failed to live up to lofty expectations for its AWS cloud computing unit. Shares of Apple jumped in after-hours trading as the iPhone maker reported sales and profit that far surpassed expectations. AI-related names were weaker on the session, with chipmakers Broadcom and Nvidia ending lower. And shares of drug makers were also weaker after the White House said Trump sent letters to the CEOs of 17 major pharmaceutical companies, urging immediate action to lower the cost of prescription drugs for Americans.
We battled the rainfall for our final day of July, and now we are moving our way into some clearing skies. Days starting off there with some of that coastline cloud cover and some shower activity, but that will be on its way out, and the clearing skies will drop in. A bit gloomier and cooler stretching from areas of D.C. through Boston, where Boston's even expected to stay at 67 for today. Philadelphia at 74, Pittsburgh at 80 degrees, Albany at 75. But we'll move into those clear skies at least by the end of the day and carry that into our Saturday, where we are noting that with widespread sunshine here throughout the Northeast, temperatures generally range from about low 70s to low 80s. And comparing that to what is seasonable for this time of the year, we are below normal throughout the region. But we are noting that with the beautiful sunshine and some relief from the heat, we will take it, and we will talk about building back into some of this warmth as we work our way through our first week of August.
Well, on this Friday, we're looking at sunshine to partly cloudy skies here locally, a high around 75. Clear skies tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Saturday, sunshine, upper 70s for a high. Sunday, mostly sunny, low 80s. Monday, mostly sunny, low to mid 80s. And Tuesday, mostly cloudy. Temperatures in the low 80s. Area temperatures this morning, Meadville at 52 degrees. Camber Springs, Edinburgh at 52. Titusville at 50. Franklin, 52. Oil City, 52 degrees here at 712. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hello, Friday. It's good to see you. Today's gonna be a good day. Thanks for starting your Friday with Luke and Amy on the Morning Drill. Hello, Friday. It's good to see you. Today's gonna be a good day. Thanks for starting your Friday with Luke and Amy on the Morning Drill.
All right, made it to the end of the week. Happy Friday. The weekend is here. How about that? A lot of big events coming up this weekend. You got Thunder in the City, which kind of got started already. And then you got the Pleasantville Festival, which, again, kind of has been underway. So, yeah, a lot of excitement for the weekend. And we'll run through some of the listings and times of things here. We can do that this morning. We got local author Aaron Yoder joining us in the 8 o'clock hour, and Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson. We've got a lot to talk about in Pirates because they traded. I got to double check. I don't know if it was official. It was reported that the Pirates were going to trade Bednar, the closer, to the Yankees, I believe, but I'm not sure if that officially was announced. Football's back. Last night, the Hall of Fame game. Yeah. I was trying to remember, was your comment towards this or just in general, like, I'm not ready for this? Was that another conversation we were having? Or were you commenting on the fact that football was back?
I think
it was just the mood of fall, right? Because it's so busy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think my comment was, why are we watching this? Was my direct comment too. Because it wasn't, I don't know. It's not the season. It's not the regular season.
Yeah, it is, honey.
It's the
preseason it's here.
Crap.
It's here. No. This is it.
Whatever. Sorry.
Football's back until February. You're just going to have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to be here a lot.
Yeah. I just ordered a brand new 2,000-inch television and some really nice seating. So, yes, if you want me to stay here to watch football, then that's what I'm going to have to do.
Fantastic. You might want to get a bed, too.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's just here.
Send that TV back.
And you got college football starting up here. It's just so exciting. Yesterday, though, the weather, boy, that was like just a little hint of what's to come, right?
It was great. It was wonderful.
You weren't the only one. Last night we were at an open mic, and a couple people were like, oh, this weather is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
as they
awesome.
were dressed in like winter clothes, I'm like, it's not that cool outside. They were older. It was fine.
Yeah.
Last night, let's see, in Meadville, Thunder in the City underway. Tool City Hot Summer Nights Cruise. And that's around Diamond Park and through downtown.
Sweet.
You were one of those kids back in the day, right? That would cruise the Diamond?
Yeah.
Did that...
It's a different meaning here in town. In this town.
No, people used to do it around Shady Park.
No, saying cruising the Diamond, like there's a business called the Diamond here.
But
you guys were cruising the park, but our term was cruising the Diamond.
Yeah.
So if I said, "Hey, let's cruise the Diamond in Titusville," I'm saying it's different.
Correct.
Thank you. That's all. Keep going.
The Diamond in this case
talk.
is up by the courthouse.
Yes.
So that was the big thing to do. Was cruise the Diamond. And you just drove in circles?
And we kind of like drove as a group, following each other.
Okay.
You know.
Let's see. Let me see. Maybe I can pull this up. I mean, I'll go through the list. While I do this, maybe you could find the Pleasantville. Do they have a lineup or at least a listing of some things going on?
Yeah.
All right. So today, I can do this. Today, just again, there's just so much going on for Thunder in the City in Meadville. It's the first Friday downtown with sidewalk sales, sponsored by the Meadville Independent Business Alliance. That's 5 to 8 tonight. 5 to 6:30, live entertainment on the stage featuring Clever Norman. 6 to 9, Thunder Power Wheels race at Diamond Park, sponsored by Bayshore Homes and Howard Hanna Bainbridge Kaufman Real Estate. 7 to 9, live entertainment on stage featuring Jake's Blues. Boy, tonight sounds like it's going to be a blast. Mm-hmm. And the weather is just going to be absolutely perfect. Then you get into Saturday. You got the classic car cruise in around the Diamond. That's 8 to 3. From 10 to 3, you got our friends over at Cool 101.7. They'll be providing music from the gazebo in Diamond Park. 10 to 8, crafters and local food trucks on Chestnut Street and Park Avenue. At 10:30 in the morning, the Tool City Jeep Jam, benefiting Cans for Wishes, and the Veterans Leadership Program. Very cool. Also tomorrow, Robobots demonstration on Chestnut Street. From noon to 2, it's Meadville Master the Mic singing competition on stage, sponsored by Armstrong. Prizes, $500, $250, and $100. Could you imagine? Just, that's great. That's awesome. So, friends at Armstrong sponsoring that event. Afternoon entertainment sponsored by Bayshore Homes. 2 o'clock, live entertainment on stage. Fred Oakman will be performing. You got the Blessings of the Bikes at Street Track and Trail. The veteran-led bike parade leaves from Street Track and Trail around 2:15. From 2 to 4, it's arm wrestling demonstrations on Park Avenue, sponsored by J.D. Fox, Townville Arms of Steel. 2 to 5, Magic Steve, sponsored by Smoky Martin's Barbecue. 3 o'clock, announcement of the car show winners in Diamond Park. 3 o'clock, live entertainment on stage by Joe Thompson and Jeff Rose. Always a good time there. Mm-hmm. 4 o'clock, live entertainment on stage by Ripper Acoustics. Also at 4, the Jeep Show and around the Erie Bank parking lot, sponsored by Griffin Motors. 5 to 6:30, live entertainment on stage by Me and the Boy. 6 to 8, live music at Julian's Outdoor Space by Justin Gray. 7 to 9, live entertainment on stage featuring Mayflower Hill. And 9:15, performance by the Fire Dancers. You can see this entire list if you want to take it with you or just know where to go on Facebook by visiting the Meadville Area Chamber of Commerce. We wish Krista and the crew all the best this weekend. I know they've already been busy, and there's just, a lot going on, including, again, the cruise in at Diamond Park last night. Look at those great cars. So, yeah, a lot of fun already started. And, again, the weather just absolutely perfect this weekend. So, really, really looking forward to seeing all the great things happening at Thunder in the City. Okay, Pleasantville.
Are you ready?
Yeah, what's going on in Pleasantville?
All right, so tonight they have from 4 to 9, Crazy Monkey Midway, free rides for everyone.
All right.
Yeah. 6:30 until it's over. Lumberman's competition hosted by Mikey Allen. And then from 4 to 8, there are pony rides with Jen and Chuck, and that's today. Tomorrow morning, 11:30 to 3:30, can't even talk, there's a Crazy Monkey Midway, free rides for everyone. 11:30 a.m. till it's over, Allegheny Highlands Puller Association Garden Tractor Pool with Jim Uber and Brothers. From 11 to noon, it's the Power Wheels Balloon Bash. 12 to 3, Classic Car Cruising. 12 to 5, music with EJ the DJ. Sorry, it's not coming back up. Holy cow. And then in the evening, they have, sorry, my phone it doesn't like me today. In the evening, they have from 5 to 10, Crazy Monkey Midway, free rides for everyone. 6 to 9, adult cornhole tournament with a $20 entry fee. 7 to 9:30, live music in the pavilion with Barry and the ensemble. Barry and Friends.
Okay.
That's really is. Barry and Friends. 9:30 to 10, fireworks by Gibson Fireworks.
Nice. All right. So an action-packed weekend
Yeehaw.
here in Northwest Pennsylvania. Very exciting stuff. A lot going on. So don't sit at home and be like, I don't know what to do. Nothing going on.
And listen, a lot of these events they're put on by an organization, but followed through by a lot of volunteers. So it takes a lot of people to do them. So if you go to an event in your community or another community and you absolutely love the event you're going to, don't be afraid to ask, hey, do you need help with this? If you want to be part of it, if you have some ideas, don't critique it. Don't put it down.
Well, the other thing you kept saying, free rides for people and stuff. It's not free. Somebody had paid for that.
Somebody, yeah.
So don't be up there and be like, oh, be appreciative of the situation, right?
Yeah.
Or if you find yourself getting ready to say, boy, I wonder why they don't have, that's a cue for you to say, oh, you know what? Maybe I could volunteer. Maybe I could help.
Yeah.
Be part of the solution. Don't be a problem. Be part of the solution. So.
Yep.
I love the theme.
A lot of people that are so quick to judge an event or whatever without being in the shoes. I'm guilty
of doing that. And I want to say it comes from a place of caring and almost why don't they have this? Or why are they doing it this way? In my head, it's like I'm saying that because I'm thinking, okay, what can I do?
Yeah.
But it's still not the right thing to say. I should,
You should go up and say, how can I help?
What can I do? How can I help? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's like, okay, I know a lot of people say, well, I don't have time. Okay, you don't have time. But don't criticize.
Right. There you go.
Or you can do it in a different way so it's not so.
Yeah.
I love the theme, though. Sawdust and Sunshine. I think that would be a great band name. Sawdust and Sunshine performing tonight. All right. So
opening for Barry and Friends. Okay.
Pleasantville Festival in Pleasantville. Okay, that's good. And then the Thunder in the City taking place in Meadville. So much going on. Let's get to birthdays and what we're celebrating, because we're not just celebrating today.
Yeah,
we got the whole weekend
Are you ready?
to get ready for it. We're going to start with birthdays. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is the very first day of August.
Your kids go back to school this month.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You haven't said it yet.
I haven't.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Rocker Joe Elliott is 66 today. Rapper Chuck D is 65. Director Sam Mendes is 60 today.
I know you enjoy his works. I think he directed some of the James Bond movies we love.
Ah. Actor Jason Momoa is 46. And that is all.
All right. Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to you if today happens to be your birthday from all of us here today. Hope it's a great day and hope it's a wonderful weekend for you as we turn our attention to what it is we're celebrating.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Brand Pie Day, Colorado Day, Homemade Pie Day, International Can It Forward Day, International Child Free Day, Llamas Day, Mary Prince Day, National Edistfod Day, National Girlfriend Day, National Minority Donor Awareness Day, National Planner Day, National Promise to Care Day, National Raspberry Cream Pie Day, National Water Balloon Day, National Wellness Month, Play Ball Day, Respect for Parents Day, Rounds Resounding Day, Santo Domingo Celebrations Start, Spider-Man Day, Startup Across America, Switzerland National Day, Women Astronomers Day, World Lung Cancer Day, World Scout Scarf Day, World Wide Web Day, Yorkshire Day, Breastfeeding Week, International Clown Week. That's for you.
I know.
Okay, great. National.
I saw this documentary on a cannibal. It was but he refused to eat clowns because they taste funny.
National Minority Donor Awareness Week, American Adventure Month, American Artist Appreciation Month, Back to School Month, Child Support Awareness Month, Children's Eye Health and Safety Month, Family Fun Month, Hair Loss Awareness Month, Happiness Happens Month, Medic Alert Month, Motorsports Awareness Month, National Breastfeeding Month, National Catfish Month, National Civility Month, National Eye Exam Month, National Goat Cheese Month, National Golf Month.
Hey, we had our youngest last night say, what are we doing Sunday?
Can we go golfing?
Can we go golfing? Yes.
National Immunization Awareness Month, National Language Month, National Panini Month, National Peach Month, National Sandwich Month, National Traffic Awareness Month, Psoriasis Awareness Month, Raw Gust, Spinal Muscular Atrophy Awareness Month, Summer Sun Safety Month. Coolio's birthday is in August. All right, for tomorrow. Mead Day, National CAD Day, National Coloring Book Day, National Disc Golf Day, National Ice Cream Sandwich Day, National Jamaican Patty Day, National Mustard Day, Republic Day of Macedonia, Sandcastle Day, Virgin of Los Angeles Day, and that is all for tomorrow. And on Sunday, we celebrate American Family Day, Big Forehead Day, Clean Your Floors Day, Clove Syndrome Awareness Day, National Friendship Day, National Grab Some Nuts Day, National Sisters Day, National Watermelon Day, Psychic Day, Exercise with Your Child Week, Give a Dog a Bone Week, International Assistance Dog Week, National Farmers Market Week, National Health Center Week, National Resurrect Romance Week, Stop on Red Week. There you go.
Okay.
I'm done.
But there's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
I forgot it's a new month, which is all that stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to be fast about it, so sorry.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And then you talk over me and it doesn't help.
Sorry, just chiming in. I just thought it'd be...
Chiming in with your dad jokes?
What? I saw a documentary about a cannibal who didn't eat clowns because they taste funny. I know vegetarians who don't eat animal crackers.
I can't. There's not enough coffee.
It's good this morning.
Thanks so much.
We've got news coming up here at the bottom of the hour. We'll recap the latest headlines for you. Also let you know there's a lot of headlines involving Wall Street and tariffs, and there are just so many things. So we got that for you. Regional forecast coming up, local forecast. And again, we've got Aaron Yoder, a local author, who's going to be joining us later this morning, and Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson, get his take on the return of football, but also a lot of news with the Pirates as the trade deadline has approached us, and Pirates doing some things, so we'll get his take on all that. There's a couple of people that posted that just not happy with the Pirates, just getting rid of some good players, and it just feels like they're never really there to build a solid team. But we'll get Bruce's take and see. But yeah, NFL returned last night with a Hall of Fame game. Preseason games will begin next week, and countdown is on. And then roster cuts, and then we're into the season. So good stuff.
The season. You said earlier the season already started.
Well, it has. Mm-hmm. Last night officially. Mm-hmm. Is that okay?
It's the preseason stuff that we don't have to watch.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. If you're out driving this morning, be careful.
Is it going to be a single bed?
It's
double
it's
bed?
a bit foggy out there and in here this morning. For me, it is.
U.S. President Donald Trump intensified his trade war with Canada a day ahead of his August 1st deadline for a tariff agreement. In a Truth Social post late on Wednesday, Trump expressed surprise over Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney announcing that Canada plans to recognize the State of Palestine at the UN in September, and said, quote, "That will make it very hard for us to make a trade deal with them." Carney's announcement on Wednesday followed similar ones by France and Britain, aiming to put more pressure on Israel to end the war in Gaza.
Preserving a two-state solution means standing with all people who choose peace over violence or terrorism.
Carney also said tariff negotiations with the U.S. had been constructive, but the talks may not conclude by the deadline.
These are complex, they're comprehensive, they're constructive negotiations with the Americans are ongoing.
If a deal is not reached between the U.S. and Canada, Trump is set to impose a 35% tariff on all Canadian goods not covered by the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. Canada is the second largest U.S. trading partner after Mexico and the largest buyer of U.S. exports. According to U.S. Census Bureau data, Canada bought close to $350 billion of U.S. goods last year and exported more than $400 billion to its southern neighbor.
Swooping in to save you over 11 grand off your next Chevy truck. It's Community Chevrolet's newest mascot, Independence Dog.
Getting you approved by day, fighting crime by night.
With Independence Day savings running all month long, you can save more than 11 grand off MSRP on a new Silverado, or save nearly 3 grand on hot new SUVs like the Trailblazer and the Equinox. Follow Independence Dog to explosive savings this month at Community Chevy.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Welcome to Inspire Med Spa, the place you know and love for massages, Botox, laser resurfacing, and semi-permanent makeup. Now we're offering even more, including laser hair removal, tattoo removal, and hair rejuvenation. Our team is here to provide expert care in a peaceful, luxurious environment designed with your relaxation in mind. And with our newly added services, now you can get all your beauty services in one place. Visit Inspire Med Spa today, because you deserve to look and feel your best.
I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us, but try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same. But you have excuses because you're old, so it's okay.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom, ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place. And now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
Vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
U.S. inflation picked up in June as tariffs raised the cost of some goods for American consumers. That's according to a report from the Commerce Department on Thursday that showed prices last month posted their biggest gain since January. Prices for imported goods like household furniture and recreation products climbed higher in June, and the cost of clothing and footwear saw solid increases. The Personal Consumption Expenditures, or PCE, price index showed that consumer prices rose 0.3% last month, in line with expectations. On an annual basis, prices rose 2.6% in June, up from 2.4% in May. On a core basis, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, inflation increased 2.8%, hotter than expected. The PCE price index is the Federal Reserve's preferred forecasting measure. Its inflation target is 2%. Thursday's data supported economists' expectations that prices would rise in the second half of the year due to President Donald Trump's tariffs and delay the Fed from cutting interest rates. After leaving interest rates unchanged on Wednesday, Fed Chair Jerome Powell's comments undercut confidence the central bank would resume cutting rates in September, as had been widely anticipated. The Commerce Department also reported that consumer spending, which accounts for more than two-thirds of economic activity, rose 0.3% in June. Economists expect a combination of pressure from tariffs and a slowing labor market to put the brakes on consumer spending in the third quarter. U.S. stocks closed lower on Thursday, with the Dow dropping about 0.75%, the S&P 500 falling more than 0.33%, and the Nasdaq finishing essentially flat but in the red. Blockbuster earnings results from Meta Platforms and Microsoft had initially lifted Wall Street, but early gains faded following the latest U.S. economic data. A report from the Commerce Department showed inflation picked up in June, with new tariffs pushing prices higher and stoking expectations that prices could climb further in the coming months. Robert Conzo, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director at the Wealth Alliance, said investors have a lot of data to digest this week.
This is a unique week. You had GDP that just came out. It was annualized at 3%. In the first quarter was -5%. Both those numbers are skewed. PCE just came out, saw it tick up a little, year-to-date flat. Very interesting to understand what the Fed's going to do as a result of that. And then let's not forget jobs on Friday. Big, big, big number. ADP jobs, by the way, just came out this week. And we're expecting 74,000. It came out at 104. That was a big surprise to the upside. That is an interesting number. Let's see how that plays out on the jobs number on Friday.
After the closing bell, shares of Amazon fell in extended trading after the company forecast third quarter sales that beat estimates but failed to live up to lofty expectations for its AWS cloud computing unit. Shares of Apple jumped in after-hours trading as the iPhone maker reported sales and profit that far surpassed expectations. AI-related names were weaker on the session, with chipmakers Broadcom and Nvidia ending lower. And shares of drug makers were also weaker after the White House said Trump sent letters to the CEOs of 17 major pharmaceutical companies, urging immediate action to lower the cost of prescription drugs for Americans.
U.S. President Donald Trump slapped steep tariffs on dozens of countries ahead of a Friday trade deal deadline that has now expired. An executive order signed Thursday sets rates for 35% on many goods from Canada, while Brazil was hit with a 50% tariff. In all, goods from 67 countries, the EU and Taiwan will get hit in a week's time, 7 days after the August 1st deadline. Any not on that list get a 10% tax, lower than Trump had previously said. Canada's rates, however, were set in a separate order to 35%, up from 25%. In it, Trump said Canada had failed to cooperate in curbing illicit flows of narcotics into the U.S. Trump complained to reporters earlier that Canada had been very poorly led. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said he was disappointed by Trump's decision and vowed to take action. It was all in sharp contrast to Mexico, which was given a 90-day extension to give more time to hash out a broader trade deal. Meanwhile, China is facing an August 12th deadline to reach a longer-lasting tariff deal. Beijing and Washington had only reached preliminary agreements in May and June to end their back-and-forth escalation in tariffs and a cutoff of rare earth materials. When Trump first announced his trade policies in April, they sparked a sell-off in the markets. But this time, reaction has so far been more muted. Stocks and equity futures fell modestly in Friday morning trading in Asia.
Price hikes of beef could soon be on the horizon in the United States. A shortage of cattle in the country has increased demand for imports of beef from Brazil, according to trade data. But on Wednesday, beef did not appear on a list of nearly 700 exceptions to the 50% tariff U.S. President Donald Trump imposed on Brazil's exports. U.S. beef processors have relied on Brazilian lean beef to meet demand, especially for hamburgers. Now, restaurants like Illinois Bar and Grill in Chicago are preparing customers for possible price hikes. Manager Olga Denton says the place is known for its juicy 13-ounce burgers.
We give you a quantity and quality in the same. Even if the price goes up a little bit, we will never go down on our portions. We always have a big portions, and that's what people like. And we're trying to keep it this way.
While the tariff exemptions cover major Brazilian exports like aircraft, iron ore, and orange juice, the country estimates that 35.9% of its sales to the U.S. by value will be hit by the new tariff. Economist Gilberto Braga from Brazil's IBMEC University described the move as targeted.
A gente pode dizer que foi uma seleção.
We can say that it was a very surgical selection, in that the United States chose the most important products for them, and also for the Brazil's export agenda.
Falta de exportações brasileiras.
In Brazil, beef lobby group Abrafrigo says the new tariffs make sales to the U.S. impossible, adding that beef exporters may lose $1.5 billion in sales to the end of the year. At his butcher's shop in Rio de Janeiro on Thursday, William Amaral Maciel was worried.
We're very afraid of this issue because we're left wondering what to do, how to act, and people are a bit scared.
Why is it so urgent? Shop now. Okay. We have significant exports to the United States that have been done under AGOA. And that means that we have been exporting tariff-free into the United States. Virtually every one of our valves that we make here, specialized components that go into the mines, into the water industry, wastewater, and so on.
But I did follow up last week. I'm going to get samples maybe in the next 2 weeks for you.
Okay. With the imposition of the tariffs, it means that on arrival in the United States, everything that gets delivered or that gets invoiced to the United States from the 1st of August onwards, we have to put up, 30% of the invoice value up front and pay it when it arrives. Machine tolerances are very exacting. We're right now standing at the beginning process of the manufacturing of our Ventomet RGX2. It is our flagship product that is exported to the United States. So it's a very, very important product. What is this product? Do you know what the product is?
Yes, it's our top range, the RGX. It's the RGX.
Wow. If you say, what am I worried about, is that, the longer the tariffs stay in place, the longer the situation will continue to disable us.
If one considers the fact that access to the US, say through AGOA, which was tariff-free, but even on those products that were tariffed, the US generally has a very low rate of taxation in terms of import duties. So the point is then that a tariff to then increase tariffs to 30% effectively nullify that market. There's no amount of exchange rate weakness that could compensate for that 30% depreciation. potential that market holds for us is critical in the sense that, as I said, it is the largest consumer market and it is one of the largest economies. So it presents a lot of potential. And also, maybe just a point on that is that already we are operating in an environment of extreme difficulty for the steel industry itself.
We battled the rainfall for our final day of July, and now we are moving our way into some clearing skies. Days starting off there with some of that coastline cloud cover and some shower activity, but that will be on its way out, and the clearing skies will drop in. A bit gloomier and cooler stretching from areas of D.C. through Boston, where Boston's even expected to stay at 67 for today. Philadelphia at 74, Pittsburgh at 80 degrees, Albany at 75. But we'll move into those clear skies at least by the end of the day and carry that into our Saturday, where we are noting that with widespread sunshine here throughout the Northeast, temperatures generally range from about low 70s to low 80s. And comparing that to what is seasonable for this time of the year, we are below normal throughout the region. But we are noting that with the beautiful sunshine and some relief from the heat, we will take it, and we will talk about building back into some of this warmth as we work our way through our first week of August.
Well, here in northwest Pennsylvania, looking at mainly sunny to start the day today, then a few afternoon clouds, temperatures in the mid-70s. Clear skies tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Saturday, mostly sunny, upper 70s. Sunday, mostly sunny, low 80s. Monday, mostly sunny, low to mid-80s. And Tuesday, mostly cloudy with temperatures in the low 80s. Meadville this morning, waking up to 55 degrees. Cambridge Springs, Edinburgh at 53. Titusville, 52. Franklin this morning at 54. Oil City, 53 degrees here at 7:53. This is the morning drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Well, a couple sports headlines real quick here this morning. Baseball action from yesterday. Yankees beat the Rays 7-4. Braves over the Reds in 10 innings, 12-11. And the Mariners beat the Rangers 6-0. First day of August already. Hard to believe. And here are your matchups for today in Major League Baseball. Reds have the Braves at 12:40 this afternoon. Cubs and Orioles at 2:20. Phillies and Tigers at 6:45 tonight. Nationals and Brewers. You got the Blue Jays and Royals. Marlins taking on the Yankees. Mets and the Giants. Guardians, Twins. Red Sox taking on the Astros. Rays to host the Dodgers. Pirates on the road taking on the Colorado Rockies at 8:10. Angels and White Sox tonight. Padres taking on the Cardinals. A's and Diamondbacks. Mariners and Rangers. Here's your matchup in Major League Baseball. Mentioned football's back, so now through February.
This is debatable.
Amy, football is back.
You're just saying it's like in.
I'm just gonna keep saying it to you until it hits. Football is back.
Till what hits? Till I hit?
No, until I get hit by you.
There you go.
Football is back. Football is back. Last night, the Hall of Fame game, the Chargers beat the Lions 34-7. Does it mean anything? Absolutely
no, that's my point.
not.
It doesn't mean
but
anything.
But it's back.
It's
back. Okay. You got the second round of the Wyndham Championship going on today.
There you go.
What?
It's golf season.
You don't want to watch golf either.
I'm okay with that. I'm like better with that.
No, you're like, why are we watching golf? You're always watching golf. I'm not wrong.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. So the second round gets underway today. You got Joel Damon in first right now, Alex Noren, Mark Hubbard, Aaron Rye, and others. Cameron Young tied for third in there, as well as a lot of guys looking to qualify for the FedEx Cup playoffs. So you've got some big names not playing because they're getting ready for the playoffs. Scotty Scheffler, for example, will not be playing this weekend. He's going to rest and get ready for the playoffs, but that doesn't mean he's not going to make any money this weekend. How about this? Scheffler will not be on the course this week, but as the top player in the PGA Tour for the regular season, he's set to earn an $18 million bonus.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So, doesn't have to swing a club this weekend, and he'll pick up $18 million.
That's a lot of shoes.
Now, will he pick up a club this weekend? Yes. These guys play every single day.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, that's a nice little pay. But I was going to ask you, we picked up a lottery ticket the other day.
Nobody won. Yeah. No one won, so
It's funny, we got a ticket, and our youngest was like, why are you guys gambling so much?
We bought a lottery ticket.
We bought a couple tickets this month.
What
That's
is
it.
the deal?
Yeah. It was just like, I have to.
What did you said? Yeah, I'll buy you a guitar.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Now, we probably have picked up more tickets this month than, I don't know, the whole year.
Look, we picked
combined.
up 4 tickets in July, I think.
Yeah. But, I didn't feel, you read these interviews with people who win the lottery, and they're like, yeah, it hit me. Something felt weird. Like I had to go get a ticket, or I was in line and something happened. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to play none of that I've never had that feeling buying these tickets.
Okay, so here's the only way I can and listen, I'm not a scratch off. I don't buy, we bought 4 tickets in July, and that's probably all we've bought in a year. So that's like $16. So it benefits older Pennsylvanians. We're
you're
making
going on
our
that,
charitable contribution.
Yes.
And if we win, great. You know.
And if we by the time all the bills are paid, and it's like, boy, that $16 would have come. We just don't feed the kid. That's all.
That's right.
So
it's one less pair of shoes.
Absolute. Well,
I'm sacrificing my shoes.
Yeah.
Not my wine, just my shoes.
You'll still be whining, but yeah. So what's it up to?
4 something.
It did hit 4.
Mm-hmm.
$400 million.
Yeah.
And by the time taxes and stuff are taken out, you walk home with like what, 2,000?
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure how that works out, but they have it figured out.
Yep. We trust.
Worth. Yeah. We trust them. Man, I told him. I said, there is a downside. Like people who win this, there's a lot of times, just their whole lives. When somebody says, "Oh, your life changes with that kind of," that doesn't mean like in a good way.
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, what do you mean by that?" I'm like, "Well, you're going to say to me, hey, I want to get a guitar,' and I'm going to say, no, not right now,' and you're going to say, well, you just won $400 million. I want a guitar." So see, that's what's going to happen. Or I'm going to say, boy, wouldn't it be nice to have that car and that car?
And your mom's going to say no.
Yeah. So it's not always good, is what I'm saying. All right.
Nope.
We'll have the latest headlines, the top of the hour. Great local programming throughout the day on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
What?
When's the next drawing?
I have no idea.
We just don't buy a ticket with a kid around anymore.
I know, right? We'll
Solve that.
hide our
no problem there.
gambling addiction.
No, seriously, if you have a problem, call that number.
Call and get some help.
Yeah.
Coffee's brewing in the kitchen. My body feels like lead. Took a whole lot of trying just to get out of that bed. Looking at me, get me moving. Talking about who knows what. They keep me laughing, give me information. They're helping me.
over 11 years, Triple M Roofing has been providing Amish quality craftsmanship and work ethic that you can rely on. Pole barns, decks, porches, siding, and almost all roofing needs, Triple M Roofing will get the job done on time without sacrificing quality or the promise to deliver within your budget. Call today for a free estimate, 814-964-0472. Waiting is what you'll do with the other guys. Getting it done is what we do. Amish owned and operated, we're Triple M Roofing.
Who can solve this equation? Ooh! Me. Anyone else? Fine. Jake from State Farm. Again.
It's the personal price plan theorem. If you bundle your home and auto, that can equal an affordable price just for you.
Bundling. Just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
Poppy's Equipment and Storage Rental in Pleasantville is committed to providing our customers with exceptional service while offering quality rental equipment. Poppy's is now an authorized steel dealer with everything you need to have for sawing and cutting or mowing to digging. And of course, Poppy's has tents, tables, chairs, heaters, generators, barbecues, and more for your next wedding or get-together. Need firewood or propane? No problem. Whether you're in construction or a weekend warrior, reach out to Poppy's about your next project. Poppy's Place on the Tenesta Road in Pleasantville. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
Fat Chad's Brewing is Titusville's premier dining destination, offering fine dining served with a cold beverage and great conversations. Try our new menu items, the T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Our pasta entries and sandwiches are just as popular. Try the new lobster ravioli, shrimp and scallop pasta, or our popular Asiago chicken. Don't forget about our famous burgers or fish sandwich, all served with fresh cut fries. Come in Saturday nights for Wild Game Saturdays. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Thinking about switching to 5G home internet? Think again. Unlike Zoom from Armstrong, 5G home internet is delivered by a cell tower. The further away you are, or the more devices connected to that tower, the slower your internet is. Cell phone providers also play favorites. When their network gets busy, cell phones win, and your home internet pays the price. Stick with Armstrong to get more data, more speed, and internet whenever you need it, not whenever they want. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
U.S. stocks closed lower on Thursday, with the Dow dropping about 0.75%, the S&P 500 falling more than 1/3%, and the Nasdaq finishing essentially flat but in the red. Blockbuster earnings results from Meta Platforms and Microsoft had initially lifted Wall Street, but early gains faded following the latest U.S. economic data. A report from the Commerce Department showed inflation picked up in June, with new tariffs pushing prices higher and stoking expectations that prices could climb further in the coming months. Robert Conzo, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director at the Wealth Alliance, said investors have a lot of data to digest this week.
This is a unique week. You had GDP that just came out. It was annualized at 3%. In the first quarter was -5%. Both those numbers are skewed. PCE just came out, saw it tick up a little, year-to-date flat. Very interesting to understand what the Fed's going to do as a result of that. And then let's not forget jobs on Friday. Big number. ADP jobs, by the way, just came out this week. And we're expecting 74,000. It came out at 104. That was a big surprise to the upside. That is an interesting number. Let's see how that plays out on the jobs number on Friday.
After the closing bell, shares of Amazon fell in extended trading after the company forecast third quarter sales that beat estimates but failed to live up to lofty expectations for its AWS cloud computing unit. Shares of Apple jumped in after-hours trading as the iPhone maker reported sales and profit that far surpassed expectations. AI-related names were weaker on the session, with chipmakers Broadcom and Nvidia ending lower. And shares of drug makers were also weaker after the White House said Trump sent letters to the CEOs of 17 major pharmaceutical companies, urging immediate action to lower the cost of prescription drugs for Americans.
Joining us this morning is local author Aaron Yoder joins us. Hi, Aaron. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, congratulations. A brand new book.
Thank you.
Yeah. Before we talk about the book and what it took to get that together, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Aaron Yoder. I work here locally in Titusville at ITU Absorb Tech. I've been around the area for quite a while. I graduated from Rocky Grove High School, so I've been local my whole life, and I've always had dreams of creating and writing things, and originally it started with video games, but that didn't work out, and I shifted to books.
Wow. So from an early age you enjoyed writing, or
being creative? Just being creative. Like me and my friends would get together when we were younger and play Dungeons and Dragons, and for some reason that always wasn't good enough for me, so I'd go out and create my own games, and we'd start playing those because we wanted to play with different rules. And that's kind of where it started, was just creating those games and going from there.
You talk to a lot of people and they're like, oh yeah, I've always wanted to write a book, and nobody ever does it. What was the thing that's just sort of propelled you into actually doing the research, figuring out how to do it, and just doing it?
So a lot of that was a lot of the family support I had. My brother supported me a lot with making the book. My wife, my kids, they're all like, oh, you need to do it. Just do it. And the hardest part is there is a sea of information when it comes to publishing a book. You have your traditional publishing, indie publishing, vanity publishing. There's so many different avenues you can go, and that was probably one of the biggest minefields to explore and get through. But that's just, the support of the people pushing you, that's what really made me finish this, is just everybody supporting me, say, yeah, it's good, you have something here, you need to go do it.
Now, was this something you figured out the publishing side by yourself, or did you talk to somebody or reach out to somebody for some professional help there? Or?
Yeah, so I started listening to the self-publishing podcast, and then I found some on there. There were some different companies like Fictionary and editing software and things like that I found. And then when I started really getting into it and talking to people there, they really helped me get a clearer path of what's going to work best for me.
Not that you want to give out all the trade secrets, because you put all the work into it, so everybody else can figure it out. But it's just curious, because a lot of times that kind of stuff would stop somebody from continuing on in that process, right? Because it's you just don't put a book together. It's a lot of work.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a lot of work, and editing is definitely one of the biggest parts that's hard to figure out, because there's a lot of different types of editing. There's developmental, and there's line editing, there's copy editing. You got to have proofreaders, and there's a lot to it. really a lot more than what you would think goes into it.
So how many folks would you let sort of in on it to help you kind of figure things out in the editing process? Was it just you? Did you have a couple others that you could send off, material and say, hey, take a look at this? How's it, how's it read?
Yeah, there's a couple others that I had that I would send off. Mainly like beta readers. I have a few beta readers that they'll read it first and, they'll give me their honest opinion. Like, yeah, I like it or I don't like it, or I'd change this, I wouldn't change that, I like these characters, just kind of small things. And then after they're done, that's when it goes into editing, and then the editing is where it gets really picky. Like, they're going to pick everything apart, and so there's a lot of deleting scenes, or you got to rewrite, you got to change POVs. There's a lot that goes into that part.
Were there times where you said, "Oh, I didn't think of that. That's a good thought."
Oh,
how this, does this fit with this narrative? Or
oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot. Like in this book here, Leith's storyline, pretty much all of her scenes changed from what they were originally after my developmental editor got it, because she was like, "Well, it's not really, each character has to have their goals," and she didn't really have a goal, so she's like, I think you need to change it. And we had a few discussions, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll do that.
Did you ever think, like, I'll just say the goal is not to have a goal?
Yeah, I should have. That would have been the way to go.
Yeah. No, that's fascinating. Okay, so tell us about the book, and then I want to kind of go back to when did you first have the idea for it?
Okay, so the book it follows the main character, Leopard. It has multiple viewpoints. There's 5 viewpoint characters, but Leopard's the main character, and it follows his story. He's kind of, just alone. He's a different race. He has horns on his head, and these people were eradicated years ago because they're thought of as evil. And so he hides off in the woods, and then eventually the antagonist Naluk, he comes after these shards, and he tries to kidnap the queen's children, and that's what sets him into action. And he discovers that these shards they're a divine object, and they're more powerful than what everybody thought. They can create this talisman, and it just snowballs from there. And now he's trying to stop this Naluk from gaining the ultimate weapon, which is the talisman. That's the first book, and then there's going to be 3 total. But
oh wow, okay. So the idea for the book, how long ago did you start to develop these ideas?
So that was, I'm going to say, it was 8 to 10 years ago. I started working on this, and honestly, there was another book that came first. It was like a dystopian future book. Still had the same character names and stuff, but it was a completely different setting, and it was like an 80 or 100,000 word manuscript, and I scrapped the whole thing and started over again with the same characters, not the same places, but I decided to create a whole map and world, different magic system and everything, because I just didn't like where I had left the dystopian one.
Was that tough to do?
That was very tough to do. So I was like, oh, I got all this stuff, and everybody said it was good, but I was like, I didn't leave myself anywhere to go, so I need to go back to the drawing board and do better plotting so that I could leave myself a spot to go.
Kind of sounds like what we do in this business. We go out and shoot, we may get a half hour or an hour of material for 30 seconds.
Right.
And there's a lot of good stuff you have to leave out to get some, other things in there. And I'd imagine that's sort of the same process. I mean, you scrap, that's a lot of work to say, okay, time to retool it. So this was 8 to 10 years ago, you said. So during that time, were you think, okay, were you also doing research on the publishing aspect, or did you wait to get it pretty much finished before you said, okay, now I'll find an avenue?
That's when I started really researching like the publishing aspect and looking at the different avenues, like traditional vanity and self-publishing. And I didn't understand what all of them meant. So I was like, I need to figure out every one in detail and what's going to work best for me, what I want to do. Over time, that started to graduate towards, I need to figure out the editing part of it. If I'm going to do self-publishing, how am I going to do the editing? What am I going to do there? And that started about 5 years ago or so. And it was a process. And I met my first editor, Allie, and she's probably the one that really helped me get this thing launched.
Wow.
Because she helped, she didn't just do editing for me. She helped me with the entire self-publishing process. She offered to help me find agents, help me find, write up pitch letters for publishers and things like that. But that's really how, when I got a clear vision of, okay, this is going to happen.
That's great. Is it beneficial to have somebody that's on your side that says to you, hey, this is a great idea, great story, I'm going to fight for you on this? Or is it good to have somebody that says,
okay, I'm gonna help you kind of pick this apart to make it so that it is where it needs to be.
Yeah. It's good to have somebody on your side that's like, yeah, this is. I'm gonna help you. This is great, and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you take the next steps. I'm gonna show you which way you need to go.
What are some other challenges when it comes to publishing? Well, in this case, your book. Like that's a great cover. So, is that a design that you did? Do you have to work with artists, or how does that work?
Yeah. So that was the cover was another company, Mibler. They did the cover, and I sent them over just like pictures because I'm no artist, and they're terrible pictures. But I sent them over what I wanted on the cover, and then they have an artist go through and draw it, and then we'll go back and forth. They'll send me the pictures. Is this okay? And then if I say yeah, we continue the next step and keep going till we have it where we want it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what was that feeling like when that first draft? And I don't know how that works. Like when it arrives just like that, and you see it for the first time.
Yeah, that was a very emotional moment when I got that first box from Amazon and Barnes and Nobles, and I had the print copies, the first proof print copies in there, and you open it up, it's like, okay, I made this. Like, wow. It's where like the dream becomes reality at that point. You're like, I can't believe it. I made it to this part, and it's very surreal.
Do you have to kind of take a step back and tell yourself, hey, enjoy this right now? Or was it like that excitement, the adrenaline hits, and you're like, okay, back to the writing room. I got to.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. And
okay.
As I mentioned before, like Allie, she's always like, you need to stop and take a break, because I'm always like, we email back and forth constantly, and she's like, okay, you need to slow down, just take a minute and celebrate this victory, and then we'll go. And I'm like, well, I got this idea, and we need to keep pushing. So yeah, but it is nice to take a step back and.
So was that something that you had to do early on and say, okay, I have this idea and I think it's over 3 books, or did you just focus on one and then kind of, as you would get ideas, kind of, jot them on the side, like I think this could be down the road? Yeah.
I focused on the first one, and then, I mean, I'm a big series or trilogy or saga guy myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I can build this out more as I was going, because and as you're writing, sometimes you'll get an idea like for a side plot or whatever, and you're like, oh, that would work really good. So it's, you come up with a lot of stuff as you're going, and you can plan too. So
yeah. Well, what's the best movie trilogy out there?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. Best movie trilogy? I would have to. I really like The Hunger Games.
Okay,
I like that one. Lord of the Rings would be a close second for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what sort of things influenced you, and was it hard not to kind of go back to those concepts or say, okay, I got to make this mine?
Yeah, it is. One of the biggest things that influenced me is R.A. Salvador, his books, The Legend of Drizzt Do'Urden. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not sure. But he's got a whole universe there. And those are all the books I read when I was younger, and I was like, this is really cool. This is what I really enjoy this. And then when he went and did a story for a video game, I can't remember the name of the video game. I think it might have been Kingdom Come, but I was like, that's I like his path, and that's really what influenced me a lot. And the crazy part is my second editor, Pam, she does my copy editing. When she's going through my copy editing, she's like, you write in UK English, and I was like, well, that's weird. And she's like, well, what books do you read? And I told her about The Legend of Drizzt. She's like, oh, well, that makes sense because he's a UK writer.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, just don't be like Martin in the Game of Thrones, because my graphics guy loves the books, but he has like no desire to finish them or whatever. So,
okay.
So you got to finish these books. Now that you've got this one out there. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Local author Aaron Yoder with us here this morning. Again, congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
So tell us, where can folks pick up a copy of your book?
Okay, so this is it's available at Amazon online and Barnes & Nobles online. You can also find it at Fable Tree Bookshop at the Merc, and you can find it at Press Bookshop up in Erie.
What was that like to know that, hey, you've got a book that, well, first of all, that's impressive, but it's on Amazon. It's on, Barnes & Noble. You've got local people. I think you just did a book signing at Titusville Market Square.
Yep, just did a book signing down at Titusville Market Square, and I've got quite a few events coming up, and it's just, it's very surreal. I'm just trying to soak in just doing everything and getting out there and meeting people and talking about the book. And I've had other people come up and talk to me about some of the characters and how they love, all the different characters in the book.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a journey, and I'm just trying to enjoy it along the way.
So, will you be out and about locally over the next couple of weeks? Or
Yes.
How can folks find you?
Okay, so I should be at Fable Tree Bookshop for Oil Festival. We're still working on that. I'm actually going to be doing a pretty big giveaway for the launch of the second book, Shattered Barriers, which is slated to release September 26th. It should be out by then. That's barring any setbacks from the copy editing. But I should be at Fable Tree next weekend, and then I'll be at Comic-Con in Erie in September, and I'm going to be at the Ironworks for the Halloween party. And then there's also a launch party September 26th at Fable Tree for Shattered Barriers. I'll be there as well.
That's awesome.
So,
and then can people message you on Facebook?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and I have a website, aarondyoder.com. You can go on there. I have a contact form. You can sign up for my newsletter. Any way you want to get a hold of me.
That's awesome. Again, I say this, and I truly mean it. People say all the time, like, whether it's writing or something else, I don't have the time, or I really like to do something, and people don't put the time to do that.
Yeah.
And you're balancing work, family, and yet you said the support of your family that said, yes, you need to do this. This is great, and you've done it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you get through the next 3 books. What's next? You have other ideas? Or
I have started developing a saga. We have the trilogy to start, and now I think I'm going to go for a saga, at least 5 books.
Wow!
So I have those 5 planned. Starting to map out, the events and things that are going to happen through those, and we'll see where it goes to.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, if people come up and they see you at one of these events, obviously you'll talk to them about the book, the characters, sign some autographs in the book.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm pretty excited. This giveaway I'm talking about, it's going to have there's going to be a gold wrapped Shattered Divinity edition in this loot box. It's going to be signed in gold Sharpie, and it's going to have different. There's different characters and different, there's a whole different language that I made up in this book, and there's parts where they use it and I never explain what they say. That book's going to have the translations of that language in there, so that'll be the only book that'll ever have that. So it'll be a pretty big loot box.
How challenging was that?
That was pretty difficult.
Okay.
I did a lot of research on language and listening to different there's tonal languages. There's so many different things out there for how you can make an actual language.
Anything keep you up at night in this process?
The excitement a lot of the time. I'll sit there, I will lay in bed and just my mind will run wild with, I could do this, I could do that, what about this, there's also this too, and I'll just lay there and keep going. And
are you one to keep a tablet next to the bed and just kind of jot things down, or were you pretty good at keeping it in your head?
I try to keep that stuff out because that would snowball for me.
Okay.
I might have to have my wife knock me out.
Yeah. Support only goes so far.
Exactly. Yep. Until she shuts the door and says, you sleep outside.
Yeah. What's been the biggest surprise in this journey for you in this whole process?
I think the biggest one has been I've met some incredible people along this journey. Other independent authors, my editors, beta readers. Everybody I've met along this journey has been pleasantly helpful, and it's just been great to meet all the new people. And there's people from Florida that I've met over Zoom calls and things. It's just been a great experience.
And the fact that you've been able to do this, on your own, basically, and find the avenues you needed to find. Again, that it doesn't just happen overnight.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time to do that.
It does. It takes a lot of time and a lot of persistence. And sometimes, some days you don't even feel like it, but as long as you do, I always try to as long as I do something, I don't care if it's just write 500 words that day or just do one element of the cover design, whatever, as long as I get something done.
What did you learn about yourself in this process?
I learned that I can be very persistent and ambitious. If I set my mind to it and say, okay, I am doing this, go do it. And you got to really face your fears and just put yourself out there and keep pushing.
Are there things that you've learned in this first step here that you can immediately cut out in the next steps because you've learned it and you can say, okay, yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I know I can save time now and just go right to this.
Absolutely. A lot of my struggle too was figuring out like the different softwares for uploading the book, and even the cover design and different graphics and things that I try to print off and make for my website design. That was a whole new thing too, and thank goodness I have kids that are good with technology, because that wouldn't have got done. But learning all that stuff, that was a big challenge, and you just got to keep working at it. And that's.
How cool is it that you can add author to your name? I mean, that
is very cool for that to finally happen and be able to have author on there now. That's very awesome.
Do you have a certain lucky charms you have to have around you? Did you do this on a computer, a typewriter, tablet? Do you need a troll, or what sort of things do you have to inspire you?
So I actually just did a couple videos on this on my Facebook feed. I have a tablet, and I write everything down in my tablet, and then I type it onto the computer. And usually, like my tablet goes pretty much everywhere with me, just in case, I want to write this down, make a note of this. I got to, except for when I go lay down, the tablet has to stay away, because I'll just keep adding and adding and adding. But yeah, I write it all down. I have, I think, like 5 subject notebooks filled with just story that I've written and then typed into the computer.
Wow. And you'll keep those forever, right?
Oh, yeah.
For the next book, do you go back to those first notes to kind of... Okay.
Yep. And I have a whole, I've probably got a 300-page, it's like a binder or folder of notes. It's got the language translations in there. It has all the lore for the world, the magic system, the characters, the backgrounds, the cities, their colors, their insignias.
Wow.
It just has,
The name of the book?
Name of the book.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, Shattered Divinity.
Yep. And you can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, locally. So,
yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Author Aaron Yoder. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Thank you. Come back and update us on the next one.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
I'm Jasmine Levin, and I proudly own and operate Puppy Levin. Puppy Levin is a pet care salon dedicated to caring for your furry companions. We provide certified dog grooming services along with boarding and doggy daycare. Our facility is family-owned and operated and promise personalized care for every pet that comes through our doors. If you're worried about your furry friend being lonely when you're gone, we also have on-site personnel 24/7 just for their comfort. Follow us on Facebook and call or text us at 814-758-9259 to make an appointment today.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville.
Thinking about switching to 5G home internet? Think again. Unlike Zoom from Armstrong, 5G home internet is delivered by a cell tower. The further away you are, or the more devices connected to that tower, the slower your internet is. Cell phone providers also play favorites. When their network gets busy, cell phones win, and your home internet pays the price. Stick with Armstrong to get more data, more speed, and internet whenever you need it, not whenever they want. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
Sheer Design is Titusville's exclusive Paul Mitchell-focused salon. This full-service salon specializes in coloring, cuts, nails, and tanning. Owner Angela Saxon has over 20 years' experience as a Paul Mitchell professional. She and her licensed staff offer all cuts and styles for men and women of all ages. Call 814-827-0010 or stop in at 116 South Kerr Street in Titusville.
J. Gill Plumbing and Heating takes pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. With over 30 years of experience, our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. Our team is dedicated to making your home the ultimate place of comfort. Call today to get a free estimate. We also offer financing options and membership opportunities that provide peace of mind and cost savings. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online 24/7 at jgillplumbingheating.com.
If you're looking for a professional massage therapist, Tranquil Moments Massage in Titusville is here for you. Ray and Rauch graduated from Slippery Rock University with a bachelor's degree in exercise and rehabilitative sciences with an emphasis in athletic training. Tranquil Moments offers a wide range of services from Swedish massage to deep tissue, sugar scrubs to hot towel inclusion therapy. Like them on Facebook and visit their website to learn more about all the services they offer. Tranquil Moments Massage in Titusville.
Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733.
U.S. stocks closed lower on Thursday, with the Dow dropping about 0.75%, the S&P 500 falling more than 1/3%, and the Nasdaq finishing essentially flat but in the red. Blockbuster earnings results from Meta Platforms and Microsoft had initially lifted Wall Street, but early gains faded following the latest U.S. economic data. A report from the Commerce Department showed inflation picked up in June, with new tariffs pushing prices higher and stoking expectations that prices could climb further in the coming months. Robert Conzo, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director at the Wealth Alliance, said investors have a lot of data to digest this week.
This is a unique week. You had GDP that just came out. It was annualized at 3%. In the first quarter was -5%. Both those numbers are skewed. PCE just came out, saw it tick up a little, year-to-date flat. Very interesting to understand what the Fed's going to do as a result of that. And then let's not forget jobs on Friday. Big, big, big number. ADP jobs, by the way, just came out this week. And we're expecting 74,000. It came out at 104. That was a big surprise to the upside. That is an interesting number. Let's see how that plays out on the jobs number on Friday.
After the closing bell, shares of Amazon fell in extended trading after the company forecast third quarter sales that beat estimates but failed to live up to lofty expectations for its AWS cloud computing unit. Shares of Apple jumped in after-hours trading as the iPhone maker reported sales and profit that far surpassed expectations. AI-related names were weaker to expectations for its shares of Apple trading
Also weaker after the White House said Trump sent letters to the CEOs of 17 major pharmaceutical companies, urging immediate action to lower the cost of prescription drugs for Americans.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Good deal of sunshine today with temperatures in the mid-70s. Clear skies tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Saturday and into the weekend, mostly sunny, upper 70s. Sunday, mostly sunny, low 80s. Monday, mostly sunny, mid 80s. Tuesday, mostly cloudy with temperatures in the low 80s. Again, it's going to be an absolutely perfect weekend. So for the events in Meadville with Thunder in the City, going to be fantastic. For the Pleasantville Festival, going to be perfect. Meadville this morning, checking in at 58 degrees. Cambridge Springs, Edinburgh at 57. Double Nichols in Titusville, 55. Franklin, 57. Oil City, 56 degrees here at 8:38. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Joining us this morning, Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson. Hello, Bruce.
Good morning. I was noticing on your forecast, all the nighttime lows are in the 50s.
Ah.
That's a sign of fall.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep. Yeah. Start getting into the 50s, and then as you get into September, you start getting into maybe the 40s. But
well, I'll tell you, nothing like walking around like you get the Venango County Fair starting this weekend, Crawford County Fair a couple weeks away.
Perfect.
That's blue jeans and sweatshirt.
Perfect weather.
Yeah.
Perfect weather. Not humid, nice 70-degree days, low 80s, just really nice day to be outside. And you know what September was like around here. It's just fabulous.
Yeah, it's great.
Yep. So,
hey, a lot going on.
Yeah.
Amy was so excited last night. Football's back, and football's here till February.
Yeah, exactly.
Hall of Fame game last night.
Yeah, so I was at 21-7. San Diego beat Detroit. Yeah.
Well, and
no, it's a preseason.
34-7.
Oh, 34-7.
Yeah.
But
again,
it's preseason.
Yeah, Hall of Fame game. You're just there for the fans.
Yeah, that's right. You're just playing the youngers and
work some things
doesn't
out.
Doesn't mean a lot, but it's football. Yeah, it's football.
It was great to see it back on.
Yeah, it is.
Especially the last month or two when basketball's over, hockey's over.
Yep.
You got baseball and golf right now.
Yep.
What else? WNBA, big three, I guess. But yeah. So where do you want to start this morning?
We'll start with the trades. Yeah, there was a total of 6 of them. One was made on the 16th where they sent Adam Frazier to Kansas City for Cam Devaney, who is, by the way, of all the prospects they picked up, he's one of the ones that's ready for the majors. So I think the next one was Cabron Hayes, who was traded to Cincinnati for left-handed pitcher Tyler Rogers and shortstop Sammy Stafura and cash. Now, I understand why they made this trade. In 23, Cabron Hayes had a great year. OPS was 772, which is good. Signed him to a big 6-year extension. Well, the last 2 years, he has not performed. His OPS has been in the 500s, which is not good. You don't want your regulars to be in the 500s. And so I think they got a chance to jettison his contract and bring in a couple of good players, and that's what they did. So I think it was his production has really fallen off. And you really need production from your third base and first base positions on your ball team. Those are them and the corner outfielders where you get your RBI people, your home run people, that sort of thing. By the way, is that Raleigh kid just hit his 42nd home run?
Oh, maybe.
From Seattle? Yeah, last night. 42nd. We could see 50-something this year.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
It's been a while since we've had that conversation.
Exactly. This kid can crank them out.
Yeah. Not quite the days of, McGuire and Sosa.
No, they were in the 70s, but
yeah, and maybe some performance enhancing went on with that, but that's all right.
Yeah,
brought some excitement to the game, didn't it?
That's right.
Oh, by the way, One of my favorites, Ryan Sandberg, passed away.
Yes. Great second baseman for the Cubs. Great second baseman. One of the all-time great players. Yeah. He was a good player. Good guy.
Yep.
Okay, so third one was Caleb Ferguson. You know, a bullpen guy. He was traded to Seattle for another bullpen guy. Number 4 was Bailey Falter. He was one of their starters. He went to Kansas City for a left-hander, Evan Sisk, a first baseman, Colin Moss. Those are both prospects. But the big trade was David Bednar, the closer, went to the Yankees for catcher, first baseman Rafael Flores, their number 8 prospect, kid who's major league ready, who's playing great down the farm. And number 14 prospect, catcher, first baseman Egaline Perez. So they picked up a couple of good catcher, first basemen, and they need depth at catching in their team. So these are a couple of good players, and I think you're going to see Flores in the majors. And by the way, they're down 4 players on their roster, so we're going to see them add 4 players today. I think Flores could be one of them.
Okay, so we're not talking like next year for some of these guys,
No,
right?
Flores is going to play now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's ready to play now, as is Devaney, that shortstop. So these 2 players, they can step in and play in the major leagues now. The rest of them are all, I mean, a lot of them are 19, 20-year-olds, so,
yeah.
You know.
Does football ruin that, like for baseball, where it seems like baseball, like, hey, we picked up a guy, but you might not see him for a while.
Right.
Where football's like, hey, we just traded for this guy. He's going to learn the plays and be on the field this week.
Well, college is their minor leagues. So if you have a 3 or 4 year college player, he's already been in the minors. He's ready to play. So it's different.
Yeah.
Football doesn't have a minor league. The college is the minor league, where baseball doesn't have that advantage.
Yeah, we just live in this like now society where people, I think, expect things
exactly
now.
And by the way, the hardest thing to do in sports is hitting a baseball. That's the hardest thing to do. And a lot of players aren't very good at it. Even major league players, not very good at it. So, and it's funny, you know, I think this was in the movie Bull Durham. He said, if you get hit once and 4 times at bat, that's 250. That's not considered a very good average. But if you just get 1 out of 3, you're a great player. It's not much difference between what's a great player and what's not a great player. It's just like a flail, like you'd say, a flail here, a dinger there, 1 over the second baseman there. You know, just a hit here or there, and you're up in that rarefied air.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. Okay, so I would say they got the most talent, or talent that's ready, out of the Bednar trade, and then of course they a player they got in the one of the earlier trades with Cabron Hayes. They turned around and traded him to the Cubs for a right fielder, Evan Betthrow. So they got 2 contributors and 8 prospects for a total of 6 players.
Now, Bednar's a Pittsburgh guy, right?
Yes.
So he's probably slightly disappointed.
Right.
But it's not like he's going to a team that's in last place.
He's going to the Yankees. It's going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of those, you know, two-edged sword things, you know. He probably liked being in Pittsburgh. But, hey, go to the Yankees, one of the top teams in baseball. Yeah.
How many years left do you think he has?
Bednar's going to be 31, probably 5 or 6, you know. He had 1 year of arbitration left, then he was going to be a free agent. So,
yeah.
And that's a problem. Like, let's say, for example, Scanes, their starter. When he becomes a free agent, Pittsburgh's not going to be able to afford him. He's going to demand some gargantuan contract. And it'll be the Yankees or the Dodgers or, you know, one of those teams will get him. That's where all the talent goes anyway, because baseball has no salary cap or no revenue sharing. So,
but hopefully they're looking at it going, okay, what does that mean for us in terms of attendance, jersey sales? You know,
exactly.
Does that factor? Okay. Yeah. And it probably isn't going to equal what those, as you said, those other teams are going to be offering. Because there's no such a thing as money there. It's
I mean, the Yankees spend $225 million, the Pirates spend $80 million.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If it was that kind of system in football, where would the Steelers be? They'd be bottom feeders. It'd be the Giants and the LA teams would have all the players because they have all the money.
Yeah.
Because remember, what drives salaries in sports? TV money. It's TV money. That's where the money's
but
at.
that's changing quickly.
True, with streaming now it's going back to eyeballs. But when you think about it, Pete Rozelle back in the 60s understood this. And that's where he said to the owners, we're going to share TV money, which spreads all the money out to all the teams, and you have this basically level playing field money-wise. That was Pete Rozelle.
And the Yankees with Bednar, they're looking at like probably a short-term solution, right?
Well, they got 2 relievers. They picked up 2 relievers.
Okay.
So,
but if they can use Bednar now and get through, if he plays well, great. Hold on to him. If he doesn't,
let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he only has a contract for this year. He's what they call arbitration eligible. So he's in the second year of arbitration. Next year he'll be in the third year. Now, what does arbitration mean? It means that there's 6 years of control for a baseball player. The first 3 is what they call total control. The next 3 are arbitration. Well, in arbitration, if you can't agree to a contract, then you go to an arbiter, and the player puts up his number, and the team puts up his number, and the arbiter picks between the 2. So next year he'll be the last year of arbitration. So if he does well, the Yankees, they can afford him. They got lots of money. So.
Well.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, yeah.
But don't look past Braxton Ashcroft. This is a good, young relief pitcher. And he's just coming into his own. And he's pitched some really good, high-leverage games this summer. That's why they let him go. Because they got a guy waiting to take that position over who I think will be every bit as good as Bednar.
Great. So that's good. Okay. All right. Anything else with baseball?
Well, the Steelers training camp's in its second week. Samalo, their guard, has been brought off the inactive list, and they signed a safety by the name of Chuck Clark. But in Wednesday's practice, they had 3 defensive ends go down.
Ooh.
Now, 2 of them are players that wouldn't have made the roster, and the third one was Dean Lowry, who was going to be a backup, so it didn't affect any of their regulars. But that's a lot of players to go down, so they're kind of looking out there now for people to replace, more bodies to bring in. And Lowry's a good player. He would have been like a backup defensive end for this team. So, and we don't know how long he's going to be out, so maybe he'll be back in time. Who knows?
It's funny. The only names I'm hearing coming out of camp in terms of the quarterback situation, obviously Aaron Rodgers and Will Howard. I haven't heard too much about Mason Rudolph except for last month, but people are impressed with Will Howard.
What's that say about Mason Rudolph? They don't have a lot of respect for him. But he's been playing well. He's not been playing badly. But Howard, I think, being a rookie, you kind of look at him, big Ohio State boy, and, you always look at the young players and kind of overlook the middle, the number 2. The number 2 quarterback is never respected, but he should be the starter.
Yeah, but part of that, too, might just be, okay, we're confident with what we have.
Right.
But, when everybody, the new shiny toy that comes in, everybody's all excited about.
Exactly.
You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson with us here this morning. In fact, we watched the thing on NFL Network last night. They were talking about the draft and the rookies, and they did a piece on Will Howard. And, I'll tell you, the kid's just there mentally, knows what to say, waiting his turn. And, he said, hey, as much as I want to get out there and play right away, I know it's probably going to be better if I just sit back and learn from these guys.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, there's a lot. It's hard to come into the NFL and be a starter. It's hard. I mean, those 6-foot windows at college are 12-inch windows in the pros. I mean, it's just so much. The talent level for cornerbacks and safeties is so much higher in the pros than it is in college.
I was impressed with his arm strength. The clips.
He's a good player.
He's tall. He's
He could develop. He could change their mind about if they're going to go out and get a big-time quarterback next year. I think they will one way or the other, but, he could have something to say about that.
Hey, I know. People say, well, it's just preseason football, blah, blah, blah. I really enjoy watching some of these guys get a chance to get out there and see what they have. And again, I know it's preseason.
Right.
But
you still get to see them. It's still football.
Yeah.
They're playing against guys that want to win, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not – it means something. So, yeah. And the Steelers have a lot of players. I think people want to see how Aaron Rodgers is going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Darius Slay. I mean, they got a lot. And DK Metcalf. They got a lot of players that people want to see what these guys are going to be able to do. They'll play some.
Yes, some positions you got, your number 1, 2 guys in that position that are like extremely talented.
Yes.
There's a lot of excitement, I think, for it.
Exactly.
And then, of course, you get to that first weekend in September where, you're making roster cuts. Ooh, boy. Could we see some names that might surprise people? Or?
Well, yes, we could. We do every year. Yeah, there's veterans who are kind of reaching the end of the line, and, they're still good, but some young phenom comes off the draft list or the free agent list and just outplays them. And next thing you know, they're on the waiver wire. So, and, sometimes you can pick up, remember that year, it was a number of years ago, that Cleveland cut a really good cornerback. I can't remember his name. And Pittsburgh picked him up, and he was a starter for them for like 3 or 4 years. Was his name Ward, or I can't remember. But anyway, Cleveland cut him. I think he was the number 1 draft pick. Sorry, I can't remember the name, but I didn't prepare. This is off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you're right. There's, each team's making a cut, but also each team's looking to see who is being cut and saying, is that somebody we could use?
Sure.
So,
and you're always looking to upgrade your roster, no matter what. If you see a player out there you think that can help you and is better than somebody you have on the roster, well, you're going to bring him in.
The other fascinating thing, and I know we talked a little bit about this last year, but with the the number of games being increased, you got guys going down. You need to have some people in reserves that can step up.
Exactly. And I know we've talked about this before, but I wonder if at some point in time the NFL is going to let them use every player in the roster for every game instead of having 6 or 7 players inactive. I've never understood that rule. I wish somebody could explain it to me. They don't do it in any other sport. In any other sport, your roster, everybody in the roster can play, but in the NFL, you have to have, out of 53, you only can play 46 because the 46th player is the number 3 quarterback. So I never could understand why that is. Why not let everybody play? They're on contract. You're paying them money. Why not let them play? Does it make any sense to you?
No.
And they did, if you go back to the history of the NFL, they didn't do that back in the 50s and 60s. Everybody played. I think when they expanded the roster, it was kind of like they didn't want to. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know what the justification is, but is it a good one? I don't think so.
I could see traveling.
Well, yeah, maybe that's it. Traveling, yeah.
Anything else in professional football?
No.
College?
Yeah, I want to talk about the Penn State's camp opened on Wednesday, and SP Plus rankings came out, and that's just one of the ranking services, but it was on ESPN this morning, and so I want to go over the top 5 teams. Number 1's Ohio State, number 2 Alabama, number 3 Penn State, number 4 Georgia, number 5 Texas, Oregon, and can't think of the other team. There were 2 other teams. Michigan were also in the top 10. They were like 7 and 10. So the Big Ten had 4 teams in the top 10, and then I think Illinois was 17, and I think Indiana was 20-something. And that's interesting because those are 2 teams in the Big Ten who have never been very good, but now for the last few years they have become top 25 teams, Indiana and Illinois. So that's interesting. And you don't see Wisconsin, who's usually there, Iowa. But this is early in the season, so you don't really know. A lot of things change those first 3 or 4 games. The cream comes to the top, and so we'll see.
I was mentioning watching that draft special last night, and it was a thing on the rookies, and they went into like Georgia's facility in Ohio State. Oh, it's like, jeez. I was showing our youngest, I was like, could you imagine walking in the locker room that looked like that? State of the art. It was. I mean, their game film room is like a movie theater. I mean, it's just incredible.
Probably better than some pro facilities.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
If you get a chance, there's one on YouTube that features Alabama, their facilities. Oh. I mean,
look, the boosters are paying $700 million to redo Penn State stadiums. That's boosters. That's not state money or tuition. That's booster money. They shelled out $700 million to redo that stadium. So, do they have some money? Yeah. Some of these boosters.
They're going to be chanting, "We are broke."
But the thing is, it all comes from individual contributions. Yeah. It doesn't come from the football team or Penn State. It's all booster money, which shows you how wealthy some of the booster organizations are in some of these colleges and universities. I mean, really, $700 million, almost $1 billion to redo your stadium. That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, it's right.
Anything else in the next minute?
No, not too much. But the Pirates are 8-4 in the last 12 games, so they're playing Chicago this weekend, worst team in baseball. So. Out there, so it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up their winning streak because they've been playing pretty darn well.
Yeah,
and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how the Bednar trade will affect them because he was a very popular player. So we'll see. You never know.
You never know.
And high school football is 3 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 22nd?
22nd.
I know you're grimacing.
No, listen, really, really excited, but there's just a lot of work.
A lot of work to do. I get it.
But,
I get it.
Yeah, but very excited.
Get it. At this time of year, everybody's good. Everybody can win a championship.
That's right.
Reality hasn't set in yet.
Bruce, great to see you.
You too, my friend.
All the best. Talk to you next week.